Welcome again. In the previous lecture we have understood that if the ball is thrown from here with a velocity u which is not equal to 0, then it will be moving upwards and it will reach a height. We can say it is small h. And when it reaches this height, at that time its velocity is 0. After that, when it is coming downwards, after a momentary rest that I have declared, this velocity of it, that is w, is again equal to that of v. If the thrower able to catches the ball, it is moving upward and coming downward and he catch it. So now the question is, what is the time taken by it to reach this maximum height, and what is the time taken by it to come again to his hand? More or less the question is that the time for which the ball is in the sky or is in the air. Obviously here air does not shows any effect, no kind of viscous drag is there, nothing is there. Time for which the ball is in the air. So let us consider at t equal to 0 the ball is thrown from here, and at t equal to t1 the ball reaches this maximum height h. Okay, so the time for which the ball is moving upward, it is called the time of ascent. Moving upward, it is called the time of ascent. So time of ascent is basically from t equal to 0 to t equal to capital T1. So now we are going to measure this thing. So the final velocity is 0. Initial velocity is u. It is along the positive y-axis. If I draw the axis again, this is the x and this is the y, and this is the negative y, that is y prime. So since it is moving along the positive axis, so it is plus u, so it is u square plus u square plus 2, and obviously here also a is equal to minus g, so it is equal to minus g. What is the height? The height is, obviously since it is moving upward, it is plus h. So this is the thing, this is the equation, and another equation that we can write, that is 0, and from this equation we have find out that h equal to u square by 2g. Another equation that we can write, that is plus u equal to minus g into t1, v equal to u plus at. Okay, a is minus g here. So from here t1 equal to u by g, if you do the calculation, so we can see from here the time of ascent is somehow proportional to u. So if the u will increase, if the velocity of throwing is increased or velocity of projection is increased, the time of ascent will also increase, and it is linearly proportional. If u is makes twice, the t1 will be also twice. But I want to remember you that if the velocity is increased by 2 times, the height it achieved, that is the maximum height it achieved, that will be square of it, that will be 4 times. So from here t1 equal to u by g. Now we calculate another thing, that is the when the ball is coming downward, when the particle is coming downward, that is the time of descent, that is when it is coming downward. Let us say when it is again received here, the time is t2. It is again received here, the time is t2. So I want to say here the equation that we want to use, the final velocity is W, and it is again now proved that is W is equal to V. So I just take it as a W, and since it is moving along the negative y direction, so it will be minus W. The initial velocity is 0 here, so if I take it is 0. After that, acceleration is minus g, and the time taken by it is t2 minus of t1, because t1 is the time of reaching there, and when it is again received, it is t2 there. Okay. So from here, W is equal to V numerically. So I can write this thing as minus V. So it is minus of G into T2 minus of T1. So it is not V, it is U. That is the velocity of throwing. So it is U. So from here, if I want to find out this thing, then T2 minus T1 equal to U divided by G. Clear? So T2 minus T1, which can be called as the time of descent. Okay, T2 minus T1, which is called as the time of descent. And what is it? It will be U by G. That is the U by G, it is the time of descent. Time of descent is again U by G. So the time of descent, we can say it is also proportional to that of U. And the most important conclusion is here, the time of ascent and the time of descent, that is time of ascent is U by G and time of descent is also U by G. Okay. So here several things I want to clear. That is the time of ascent. I want to jot down all of the things here. Time of ascent is equal to T1. It is equal to U by G. Time of descent, it is equal to T2 minus T1. It is again U by G. So time of descent and time of descent is equal. If I want to find the total time of flight, that is the time for which the ball is in the air, there is a total time of flight, it is equal to 2U, that is the T2, and it is equal to 2U divided by G. It is completely evident from this equation, that is T1. If I take this here, so just add up and it will become 2U by G. It is the total time of flight. If the boy catches this ball, then it will be 2U by G. So let us take a problem. We can easily find out if the velocity of throwing, is say 20 meters per second, then calculate the time after which the ball is catched. Not catched, it is caught. The ball is caught. So obviously it is talking about the total time of flight, the time for which it will be in air. That is the total time of flight. If I want to write down the total time of flight, that is 2 into 20 divided by, if I approximately write the G as 10, approximately, but actual value is 9.8. 9.8 is also the approximate value. But if I take is 9.10 here, instead of 9.8, if I take 10 here, so it will be 4 seconds. The ball will be in air for 4 seconds. So I want to conclude that it moves 2 seconds upward and 2 seconds downward, and after 4 seconds it is catched by the boy. Thank you.